man. What up, everybody? It is your boy Axel Finn back with another video here. Oh man, I'm doing some reaction video today. We are doing a reaction to when degenerate furries take it too far. Listen, I'm gonna try to keep an open mind here. This video was made by RKH Media. Please go give him a subscription, a like, go show some support. I'm gonna... I know this could potentially put me in some hot water, but I'm gonna do it anyway. Let's get into it.
I am a zoophile. You did not mishear that. I do not have a...
Can we I haven't even smoked yet. I'm not even high. I'm not ready for the shit. Can we start off just like a little bit less intense? Like, my God, like All right. Listen. I feel like I have to say this before we get any further. I understand each little community, each little niche, there's always the group of people who are the bad eggs. And why is it the bad eggs that are always the loudest? I don't know. Now, any type of opinion I put out here is not against the whole furry community. It is just against the people who give that type of community a bad name. Now, do I think furries are weird? Yes, absolutely. But I know there's a person behind the whole furry suit or the VR thing. I know there's a person behind there. There's another human being. And there are things that maybe they like, they understand. Maybe mentally they're, I don't know. And I don't understand. I don't understand it. And I'm going to say that out loud. I don't get it. But I'm not going to judge somebody unless they've done a horrible thing or I know them personally. For those of you who don't know, what they say, zoophile or whatever?
I do not have a thing for humans. I am a zoophile.
Zoophile, yes. Isn't that somebody who likes fucking animals or some shit? Like that I am going to judge you on 100%. 100%. Absolutely, that's fucking weird. Now, if this is for clout, like, I mean, you're doing a good thing. You're getting views and shit, but let's just fucking there's no talking out. There's no getting out of it. There's no we just have to get into it. That's all.
You did not mishear that. I do not have a thing for humans. I am more attracted to dogs, like German Shepherds.
Do your parents know that you're a furry?
Sadly, but yes.
Yes.
Yeah, we have matching tattoos.
With your parents?
Yes.
That's awesome.
Yes, they do.
Of course not.
That's kind of cool. You don't see many parents supporting their kids in certain things, especially like this. But to see certain parents going as far as getting a tattoo with their son or daughter based off of their son's or daughter's passion, like, that's cool. I think that's pretty cool. As like a family connection thing, I like seeing that.
It's kind of cringe.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. And they really don't care about it.
Absolutely. My mother makes fursuits.
Like a full-on bodysuit or what?
They're like tails, ears. It's very sexual and inappropriate. They're wearing butt plug tails underneath like skirts. They're wearing dog.
Now, the only way you can prove that to be the truth, take out your phone, record, and just yank on that bitch.
Collars to school with leashes hanging off. It's just not okay.
Interesting.
Yeah.
How old are the kids in these classes?
11 through 13.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
10
to
10
to 13.
10 to 13.
What?
10 to 14. Yeah, it's just really bad.
Where are they getting these ideas?
Their parents.
I'm sorry. Hold on. I made the joke and I completely missed. What about 10 to 13 year olds?
Tails, ears. It's very sexual and inappropriate. They're wearing butt plug tails underneath like skirts. They're wearing dog collars to school with leashes hanging off. It's just not okay.
Interesting.
Yeah.
How old are the kids in these classes?
11 through 13.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, 10 to
10 to 13.
10 to 13 or 14.
Yeah, it's just really bad.
Where are they getting these ideas?
Their parents.
The parents.
Their
The parents,
I don't
the
know if
internet, anywhere.
Well,
Okay.
we don't know if it's the parents. They might just be doing it themselves.
It is the parents. The parents are a big part of their lives, and that's probably one of the big reasons.
What's the point? What are they doing it for?
Attention.
In the world of
All right. Do you have to go as far as wearing a butt plug tail? No. It is one thing. Again, this is coming from a place where I just don't understand, and this is just my perspective. I would not leave the house with any type of tail on, but if I were to, it would definitely not be a fucking butt plug. Especially if I'm a fucking 10 to 13-year-old going to fucking school. And where's your proof that these parents are telling them, like, this is cool and shit? Like, I'm sure there are parents out there, but to rein in all the parents like that, like, solely it's the parents' fault, like, come on. I mean, a lot of it is, all right, are the parents allowing the kids on the internet a lot? Are the parents not monitoring what the kids are watching? And some might say that's manipulative and that's, you know, that's a type of abuse, but it's like, if your kid is waking up every morning I can't say it. I don't want to say it because it's disgusting to think. Jesus Christ. It's disgusting to think about. It's disgusting. Disgusting. I can't say it without making it sound so fucking weird, but if your kid is going as far as waking up in the morning, showering, lathering up their tail and shoving it straight up their ass, yeah, people are gonna look right at you, mom and dad, right at you.
today, acceptance is everything. There's a group for just about anything you can think of. There are communities for food lovers, communities for diehard anime fans, and even communities for people who love.
Let me just say, for those of you who are new to my channel, I do not filter shit, or at least I try to, you know, if something sounds really bad and I know I could possibly get in trouble for it, I'll try to think of a different way of saying it so then it makes sense to everybody. That last thing about the I don't know any other way to fucking describe it. Like, this is so tough for me to fucking figure out. All right, I'd like to be real, give my real opinion, but how do I find the words so then it doesn't sound like I mean, none of this sounds it's just, especially in the furry community, like, there's a lot of them. I know at work there's a customer that comes in, he's a furry, and the most that he has ever, like, dressed up, I think the most he's done was, like, wear a dog collar. Like that, and even that, it's like, okay, I saw that in high school. I witnessed that shit in high school. So it's not, like, that weird to me. It's still kind of, but yeah, but, like, that's cool. Like, this guy doesn't, I have never seen him at my work in full furry costume. And every interaction I had with this dude was probably the better end of interactions with other people that I've had. Like, and that's saying something, especially coming from me. I'm not trying to get, too personal about myself, but that's saying a lot. But this,
to suit up in animal-themed costumes. Acceptance has become a big part of our lives today.
You ruined the song. You ruined the song. I actually happen to like that song very, very, very much. I enjoy the beat. I've got a remix on my liked YouTube music that is pretty boppin', pretty hippity hop hoppin', pretty cool. Makes my brain go, which is great. Now I don't think I can listen to the song the same ever fucking. I said I wasn't gonna try to. Sometimes the jokes just come out. Sometimes they just come out.
But when these communities begin to harbor criminals, degenerates, and even
We
hiding
haven't
under the
even
umbrella
gotten
of
to the
giggles
fucking
and
main part
cuteness,
yet.
acceptance is the least of our worries. Welcome to the furry fandom, a quirky subculture that kicked off in the 1980s at sci-fi and comic cons.
Again,
What
not
started out as
everybody
a
in the
small
furry
group of folks
community is as
geeking out over
weird as
anthropomorphic
majority
animals
of them.
has grown into a huge
Or at
global
least
scene.
the loudest.
Today,
part.
furry gatherings like Midwest Fur Fest draw over 15,000 fans decked out in wild fur suits, sharing art and
Damn, could you imagine that? 15,000 people in a convention for one fucking thing. Like, this is... See, and this is why... This is why I try not to fully judge and be like, this is fucking weird. These people need to... Because it's obviously something that a big group of people enjoy. No, I draw the line on the butt plug thing, but...
living their best animal-inspired lives on platforms like Fur Affinity and X.
Oh, I love it.
The fuck?
Thank you.
I get too close.
Most people online find it fun to poke at furries, chuckling at their over-the-top costumes and quirky vibes, with a general live and let live attitude. Who doesn't love a bit of harmless weirdness? But let's be real, the furry world has its dark side.
Yes,
Scandals
like
have shaken
every
the
other
community
world.
from creepy fetishes to downright shocking behavior, with some names becoming infamous for all the wrong reasons. Take Kiro the Wolf, a YouTube community from creepy fetishes to downright...
Who arrested the bear? Lion. Penn State. Nittany Lion arrested at... Oh, God, I hate words. I hate words. Indecent exposure. How? How you have a whole ass costume on, motherfucker? Oh, my fucking
shocking
God.
behavior, with some names becoming infamous for all the wrong reasons. Take Kiro the Wolf, a YouTube star with 100,000 subscribers who couldn't escape a storm of zoophilia accusations that sent him running from the fandom, only to creep back later. Then there's Foxler Nightfire, a controversial figure whose furry raiders stirred up drama with Nazi-like armbands and allegations of child abuse, making him a lightning rod for hate. Hypnotist Sappho shocked fans by openly admitting to zoophilia, leaving the community reeling. The furry world is filled with a number of characters with questionable fetishes.
No, you do not ring Jigglypuff into the furry community. Don't you fucking dare do that. I swear I will personally come after each and every one of you if you try to bring fucking Jigglypuff and Pokemon into this shit. Pokemon is a whole different universe. Keep your gritty paws off of it.
And some outrightly disgusting desires, but in this video we'll be looking into the stories of Kiro the Wolf, Cord Kitty, and Hypnotist Sappho. First off, who are the furries? Furries are people who have an active interest in animal characters with human characteristics. These characters are often created by the community members themselves, who take them on as a fursona.
Which a lot of them
an
are
alternate
very
persona.
creative. I will have to say a lot of, there are things out there, it's the internet, you fucking see shit. But some of them are very creative and people actually put in a lot of work to go to these conventions and show off their fucking, their costumes and shit, which is pretty cool. But I'm talking about the normal, which, are there really any normal furries? Like, just, I'm sure there are. Let's continue.
who interacts with other fursonas in the community via role-playing and art. The fursona commonly embodies
Okay, well.
characteristics, personality traits, physical attributes, and projected ages desired by the individual creator. In the furry community, there are those who love to dress up in carefully put together outfits called fursuits. Every fursuit is designed based on the owner's unique idea.
with a knife,
However,
dude.
not every member of the community
guess
is
you
a
technically have
fursuiter.
some type of
While some
power.
furries don't have fursuits simply because they don't want one, others just can't afford to get
don't
them.
know how well that'll
Fursuits
actually
cost
protect.
anywhere from $1,000,
Like,
with
just from,
some
like,
more
a, like,
complex
you know, if
designs
you
getting to
really
as high as
fucking-
$4,000.
If you miss the fucking tape and you accidentally, like, see, if I were to do that, it'd fucking slice my hand, you know, I'd slice my hand. But if you had like a furry thing on, man, that could be like some type of protection, you know? Fucking, never mind.
In this community of fluff and love, there are characters that
Fluff
leave
and
you
love.
shuddering when you learn of the things that they've done. And we're about to take a look at some of them. Let's kick things off with Haken Yote, better known as Kiro the Wolf, a name that's practically synonymous with one of the furry fandom's ugliest controversies. Born on May 29, 1995 in
Never heard of it.
McDonald,
Was the first time.
Pennsylvania, Kiro was a gay fursuiter and YouTuber who joined the fandom in 2012 after stumbling across some feral animal wallpapers and getting hooked through his then friend Snake Thing. He started his YouTube
sorry,
channel on
who?
July 7th, 2013, posting vlogs,
Talk for a little bit and see what happens.
furry advice videos,
When I say this, I mean this against all the people who give this community a bad name. Every time I see a video of the face behind the furries, my confidence fucking raises so fucking high. I have horrible self-esteem issues, but man, I'm sorry. Please attack me in the comments if that's in bad taste. But I mean, come on, we all have, you know, we all have that go-to. You always know that community. You look at them and it's like, I ain't half bad actually.
My name is Kiro the Wolf, and today I'm going to be teaching you how to talk to people on the internet in 5 easy steps.
and nature clips.
Hey guys, how
I'm
you
sorry,
doing?
what?
So you may not know everything about wolves. I know we're beautiful, but there's more to us than just beauty.
Eventually
First of all, you look more like a fox than a wolf. Second of all,
building a following
Shut
of
the
around 100,000 subscribers. His big break came in 2017 when Shane Dawson talked about him in a video titled Weird Side of YouTube, Furries.
Hey, what's up, you guys? Yes, welcome back to the weird side of the internet. And today, we're going to be talking about furries.
Skyrocketing his subscriber count from 10,000 to 90,000, Kiro
Damn!
was living the furry dream. Fursuits,
Damn!
conventions, and a fan base that ate up his wolf persona content. But in September 2018, the dream turned into a nightmare. Telegram chat logs dubbed the Zoo Sadist Evidence were leaked online by Twitter user Zoodonym, exposing a hidden network of furries allegedly involved in animal abuse. Zoodonym tweeted, "Some of these people were my friends. I burnt relationships I had with others for years for this. But you know what? When I find out my friend, a puppy to the point of splitting it open then left it for dead, that's not a friend."
I'm sorry. What? I'm sorry. Please. That is enough. That is enough. That's enough. You see what I mean? See, I love reacting to these videos and putting my perspective, especially when it comes to, you know, stereotypical communities like the furry community. This guy, Aquila or Zoodonym, this is one of the very few good ones that I can confidently say is a furry. He's calling this motherfucker out, because if this is true, that's enough. We all listen, like a puppy, oh my god, that pisses me off. Why does it piss me off? How dare you fucking do something like that to a fucking puppy? The most innocent fucking creature in the goddamn universe. And you're gonna to the point of splitting it open and then left it for dead. I'm getting heated. Let's continue.
The thread contained a link for a now non-existent Telegram group called Zoosism Evidence, where logs
I don't know how sensitive my mic is, but I don't know. I don't know if you guys can hear it, my leg is fucking shaking. I'm like, that's bullshit. That's a whole load of bullshit. Anybody who thinks it's okay, it's one thing to be into it and then watching videos online, getting yourself off to that type of shit. It is disgusting, but it's a whole nother level if you actually fucking go out and do it. Oh, don't let me see you in public, dog. No, fucking dog. I won't do anything illegal. I will just bitch you out. I have to say that. I have to say that legally. I'm not a confrontational guy. Oh!
Of different conversations and
Dog.
videos were stored.
We're only 6
Yukiro's
minutes in. I'm
handle
talking
was
too
front
much.
and center. While he didn't
sorry.
have the most gut-wrenching stories on the
when you get
platform,
heated.
fame does come at a cost. Seeing as he
And
had a
this
good
video's
follower
already
count,
long as it
his
is,
name
too.
was the loudest, almost drowning out every other name. Some called the leaks the Kiro leaks. Pseudonym, disgusted by the things he found out, tagged different Twitter handles to help spread the word, even calling on people he tagged as enemies, saying, "We may disagree on things, but I'm sure you can agree that there are some things that even enemies can meet on. Animal abuse, torture, and murder. Hopefully these are some things. Check the logs, you'll find more."
Oh
The
my
logs, which
God.
surfaced on platforms like Twitter and Kiwi Farms, included graphic discussions about sexual acts with animals. There were even whispers of pedophilia sprinkled in the chats, though those were less substantiated. The furry community exploded, with fans and critics alike demanding answers. On the same day the logs were made public, Kiro tweeted that his Telegram account had been hacked. Quite the coincidence. "Guys, I'm scared. My Telegram was hacked and I don't know what to do. What's
no, I've been
happening?"
caught.
In the
I've been
screenshots, the
caught.
most recent
it's been
login was
hacked.
allegedly
it's
from a
been
device from Iran. He might have sold that story just fine if he didn't go ahead and out himself quite foolishly. In a bid to double down on his claim of being hacked and not having access to his account, he put up another screenshot. In the image, the VPN icon is seen in the status bar, showing that Kiro is actively using one to mask his location. So the idea that he had logged into his own account while setting his location to Iran was a more believable story than what he wanted everyone to believe. It looked more like a failed
Like I said,
attempt
I'm
at
not-
running
I'm not
away
high
from the
enough for this
truth that
shit,
now
dog.
stared him in the face.
don't-
Hey, so in the top right of the screenshot you provided, you literally still have VPN on. So if you want to keep the "I was hacked" narrative, that is not recommended, tweeted one user. At this point, it's not hard imagining just how disappointed Kiro must.
The stupid people will always rat themselves out. The stupid people will always get too caught up in their own lies to where they'll call themselves out. You just got to be patient. Sometimes you just got to give it a little push, you know. Be a little, really? Is that what happened? Well, then how come? You know, ask questions to corner them. Which, please be. I'm not condoning going after random people and cornering them. You know what they say. What happens when you corner a stray dog? Like, it's gonna fucking bite. Just be careful. Understand the situation you're in. If you're uncomfortable, leave.
Must have felt when his master plan fell flat on his face. One of the biggest issues with Kiro's claim of being hacked is the fact that Telegram logs.
And before anybody fucking judges me, I am not a furry. I am a human wearing an orca hoodie. At least for now. I'm still working on my fucking full 2D model. Yeah, I'm still, my brain. It's my brain. Just.
Contained conversations that span the space of 2 years. If his claim were true, it would mean that he had been hacked for 2 years without his knowledge.
That was a good sucker. Oh, please tell me you're talking about a drink and not.
Very unlikely, given the fact that the same
stop.
Telegram account got
I'm on
deactivated
YouTube.
in the middle of the entire drama. A Twitter user named Mordecai, who went through the logs, tweeted, "Kiro the Wolf is part of a circle of furries who participate in not only zoo, but also animal tour and discussion of pedophilia. Here's the evidence." For those who don't know what zoophilia is, it's described as the sexual attraction of a human toward a non-human animal,
Wait, did I say
which
it?
may
Did I say
involve
that
the
word? Am I not
experience
allowed
of
to say that word?
sexual fantasy about the
Fuck, I
animal
don't give a
or
shit.
the pursuit of real sexual contact with that animal. For the record, sex between humans and animals is illegal. Mordecai went on to share
Very,
screenshots of
very
very
illegal.
disturbing messages from an account alleged to have been Kiro's. In one of the images, Kiro wrote about his animal-related fantasies. Sorry for not responding last night. I passed out. But yeah, I'm okay with stuff if it's not that bloody. But I'm totally against killing for sex. I only do it with roadkill.
What? What? What are we doing? What are we doing? What? I gotta take my headphones off. What are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing? The fuck are we doing? Get your shit together. Holy fuck.
Way to go, Kiro, the zoo with a conscience. How poetic. Not to justify any of the madness and disgust, but doing it with roadkill sounds more like a more morbid
A
thing
lot
to
of
do.
diseases,
Again,
too.
this
Like,
isn't
aren't
a
you-
justification for anyone having with an animal. In another conversation, Kiro talks about his love for physical acts with puppies. Ooh, cub. I always loved puppy.
I'd like to think that I have a certain sensitive spot for animals. I feel like I care a little bit too... I care a little bit more about animals than I do about fellow human beings. Oh, cub blank. I always loved puppy... Listen. If you would have blurred the whole fucking word out, I wouldn't be getting as pissed as I am right now. This is fucking ridiculous. And there's 40 more minutes of this shit.
I need some puppy boo. To which Snake Thing responded, let's go grab ourselves a real cub and an animal. Let's make some real... It was an entire system of people encouraging themselves down the terrible path of sexualizing and innocent animals. Mordecai shared just enough evidence to make sure that simply just denying the allegations would not fix things for Kiro. In yet another conversation, Kiro wrote, I've played with 2 pups so far. They were just my dogs growing up. I only fingered their throats and put my pinky up their butts. As much as Kiro's fetish was reinforced by Snake Thing, one thing is clear, and it's the fact that he had these fetishes right from when he was a child. What these conversations gave him was a family that shared the same
You see? Let's go back to that one part I had when those kids were talking. It's all the parents' fault, right? Well, what parent who has their own child, gives birth to said child, expects that child and thinks like the first thing in the head, like you have the checklist. All right, we gotta baby proof. We gotta baby proof the house. Get all get some type of padding for all the corners. We gotta make sure we put away all the bad stuff. And oh, don't forget to put away the dog so the baby doesn't finger its asshole. Like who? This is a whole new rage. This is a whole new I knew the furry community was weird. But this takes it to a whole new fucking level.
Legal desires with him, regardless of how unreasonable the defense it was. In the
Am
middle
I
of all the
talking too much? Am I
allegations,
letting my
Kiro
emotions
maintained
get the
his
best of
claim
me?
that his account was hacked. He swore that he could never have done any of the things he was being accused of, claiming that the conversations were all faked by trolls trying to get attention. That was a hill he was ready to die on. I didn't do this. It should be obvious that these logs are fake. They don't even talk like me. Despite Kiro's denials of ever being the one who wrote all those things in the chat logs, Twitter users went on to unearth and publicize many things Kiro was alleged to have done to animals in the videos that were shared. A Twitter user wrote, hey, just so y'all know, if you don't have the stomach to watch the videos of Kiro doing to these innocent animals, I'm gonna give you an extremely triggering thread of what I saw. There's so much more than he's just a zoo. However, most of the videos were revealed to not have been Kiro, but other horrible individuals. The same user gave an update clearing the air that while many of those videos were not of Kiro's act, some were. Not all of the suitors in the videos are Kiro, I was mistaken. But the deer video is confirmed Kiro. I won't link the videos as they're too disturbing, and frankly, I could go to jail for distributing
the
content.
deer
The
video?
number of disgusting chats
The
and
deer
videos that
video?
were
How did you
exposed in
even
the
catch a
leak
deer?
could honestly
There
seem
are
any-
motherfuckers who go hunting every single fucking day and don't find one goddamn deer, and you're telling me that this stupid fucking furry decided to go out in the woods, and the first deer he saw, he was able to walk up to it and physically, oh, bro.
Involved to jail if enough evidence was found. When everyone thought that these accusations could not get any worse, one in particular rocked the whole situation, adding more fuel to the fire. Prior to the Telegram chat logs being leaked, Kiro had talked about his dog dying, but what nobody knew was that even his own dog was not spared the terror of that Kiro dished out to innocent animals. It's not unheard of to call a dog a man's best friend, so it's utterly unnerving to know that someone would go that far with one that had gotten the feel of home with him. Mordecai posted a conversation between Kiro and Snake Thing, where he talks about his dog.
Where are these people
In
now?
January 2017, Kiro the wolf had a dog that became ill with kidney failure and passed. Here's a conversation he had, indicating his remorse for losing his dying dog. Screenshots from tweets around that time.
Are you telling me that while your dog was dying, this video is going to be long?
Relate to this being a dog that did in fact
Fucking
exist.
horrible.
Thank you. I left the group because it reminded me of the stuff I did to him. Now that he's dying, I can't believe I did that to him. I can't be part of that group any longer. I love him so much, and when he needs me, I can't be there. I'm almost 2 states away. To which Snake Thing responded, try not to feel too beat up about what you did or what you've done.
Wraps arms around you. Get fucked.
He still loves you in the end, and I'm sure he has had a blast of a time with you. With some care, he could survive until you see him again, I think, though it'd cost some, I think. But for closure for you, I think it'd be worth it. In all of this, Kiro was not without his own supporters, people who were not buying the story. In a now deleted video, YouTuber PK Russell claimed, just like Kiro, that the entire thing was all fabricated.
People go to insane lengths to destroy people they don't like. It is totally not out of the question that some...
Let's get a good look at this motherfucker's face. Is he... I don't know. I don't know. Is he I wasn't paying attention realistically. But what we can do is come back her.
Where PK
So
Russell
then I can get my
claimed, just
facts
like
straight before
Kiro,
I say
that
anything.
The entire thing was all fabricated.
People go to insane lengths to destroy people they don't like. It is totally not out of the question that someone would have done this out of malicious intent.
While his line of reasoning isn't wrong or flawed, that didn't hold a candle to the tons of evidence that supported the fact that Kiro was indeed guilty of everything.
Question.
Yeah, get a good look at that face. You're fucking defending somebody who... Are you fucking kidding me? Like, there are things in this world. And I mean, the things that people do to the extreme, those people should be guilty until proven innocent. Don't fucking defend anything that motherfucker did. Don't you fucking dare. That is absolutely fucking ridiculous.
That someone would have done this out of malicious intent.
Well, his line of reasoning
There's
isn't
only
wrong or
one
flawed,
intent
that
if you're...
didn't hold a candle to
I
the
gotta
tons
watch
of
what I
evidence
say.
that supported the fact that Kiro was
There's
indeed
malicious
guilty of everything
intent
he was
if
accused
you
of.
plan on inserting your body part into an animal. Get fucked.
There were some very sensitive similarities between Telegram Kiro and YouTube or Twitter Kiro. They both got their fursuits around the same time. They also attended Anthrocon at the same time.
Wait,
and
are they
both
saying
take
there's
the
two
same
different
stand
people?
on animals. Kiro also had a Beast Forum account where he went by the name The Dogman 2. Beast Forum was a platform where zoo shared their inhuman desires quite openly.
I'm not
Thankfully,
even
it's
high
been down
yet.
for a while now. Kiro also shared a bunch of similarities with The Dogman 2. For starters, they're both zoophiles. Kiro has owned up to his love for animals, and not in the human way that you may be familiar with.
You're talking to him more, come to find out. He is actually interested in real life animals.
Oh man, who would have fucking thought?
Aspects of
Like real life animals.
Also, both Kiro and
What,
Dogman
you're
too
surprised?
have the same dog breed, an Australian Shepherd and a German Shepherd mix. Kiro and the Dogman 2 also shared the same geographical location, Pittsburgh. In September 2014, Dogman posted that he was moving back to Oakdale, which happened to be a suburb in Pittsburgh. In October 2014, Kiro posted that he was going to school in Pittsburgh. In November 2014, Dogman described himself as a college student. Honestly, there was no way for Kiro to successfully find his way around these carefully connected dots. Some accounts took it as far as doxing Kiro, even tipping off the police. Authorities searched Kiro's home, seizing his devices, but found no actionable evidence. While some furries hailed the responsible parties as heroes, others saw it as vigilante overreach, splitting the community. However, after 2 years of silence and laying low, Kiro returned to social media in 2020, releasing a video on YouTube where he wanted to
It just got another confidence boost. Sorry.
clear the air and tell his side of the story. Since then, he's been active, even though not as much as he was before the accusations. Whether he's a monster or a misunderstood edgelord, Kiro's name remains a cautionary tale in the fandom. Speaking of cautionary
he
tales,
fucks animals,
let's talk
dog.
about someone whose
He's a piece
stench,
of shit.
literal and figurative, has left a mark on the furry fandom.
Oh my. What is that smell?
Next up is Gabriel, better known as Cord Kitty, a 38-year-old
Okay,
Californian
guess we're moving
fursuiter
on,
whose
fellas.
antics have
We're
made him a
moving on.
polarizing figure.
Group that goes too far, that maybe gives it a bad name or stands out in your mind?
Well, honestly, there is a group that makes it, that gives it a really bad name. There's actually a few little groups in it, and I think the best way to call them is the degenerates, like the ones that are just, they don't know right from wrong, so they just consistently do.
Are there levels of degenerosity? Like, is that a word? Did I just make up a word? Lack of vocabulary. Let's continue. Let's fucking move on.
It's quite ironic how Cord Kitty confidently calls out a group of furries who got too far, and even calls them degenerates. You would think that knowing the wrong thing would make him act right, but, well, that's not the case with this furball. He
No, he
just so
was just
happens
trying
to
to
be a
protect his own
top-ranking
ass.
member of the degenerate community, as we're about to see.
Oh my god, I
Gabriel got
know
into the furry
there's a
fandom in
joke.
high school,
There's a joke
as
I
at
just
the time
thought
of
of.
this
I don't
interview
want to
in
say it.
2022,
I'm
he
gonna
was
say
30.
it. He was protecting his ass just like other humans were supposed to protect. Yeah, I'm not. That's it.
And had
I
been
fucked it
furry
up.
for 21 years.
I fucked it up!
Doing the math,
I'm
he
only
joined the fandom
human.
when he was 14. That's super early, but not uncommon in the fandom. People are known to start their journey into the world of furries quite early. He became active in the late 2000s on platforms like Fur Affinity and attending conventions like Anthrocon. His persona, Cord Kitty, is a playful, cheeky cat that loves to dance. But don't be fooled by that sweet, playful front. The desires, fetishes, and eventual actions of this furry pack a lot more stench.
If it was just the dancing, if you just enjoyed music and dancing, nobody would have a fucking issue. Let me rephrase that. Nobody would have a big issue. There would still be issues because people don't understand furry fandom as a whole. But, regardless, you're a fucking creep.
Than the literal one he carries around with him. Unlike many fursuiters who love the art and community and just go ahead and buy fursuits, Kitty's persona has a disturbing backstory, almost like it gives a glimpse into the fact that the human behind the fur is, well, quite disturbed. Here is the backstory according to Gabriel. Cord Kitty was originally a male human named Chris. Chris was cursed when he ran over a cat during a drunken after-party drive. That unnamed cat had a karma spell which cursed Chris. The spell made Chris have to become Cord Kitty. With no memory of her previous human form, Cord's personality is playful, curious, cheeky, and sly. It's the kind of quirky lore you'd expect from a furry, but Gabriel's real-life actions took things to a whole other level. Cord Kitty first gained attention for his fursuit dance videos. some racking up hundreds of thousands of views on YouTube, where he boasts almost 11,000 subscribers. He participated in stage plays like this one at the Midwest Fur Fest Variety Show 2014. He also competed in dance contests at cons, rocking a fursuit that looked like a cross between a Monsters, Inc. Yeti and a cat. He even composed music, including a stinky fursuit song performed at Midwest Fur Fest 2014, poking fun at furries with poor hygiene. A song he would eventually take off his YouTube channel after the backlash. The backlash wasn't one of anger from the community for promoting good hygiene. Rather, they were concerned about the hypocrisy. Gabriel's own fursuit was notorious for chasing out all the good air in the immediate environment.
Oh my, what is that smell?
In the comments section, someone replied, "Take your own advice and clean your suit, Cord." Apparently, there were other people who had been in close proximity to Cord's fursuit and had the same thing to say about his suit. At Fandoms United 2015, someone slipped a note on the store that just said, "Stinks," with an arrow pointing to his name. Tumblr post from Further Confusion 2016 described his suit as grimy and unbrushed, with an odor so bad it cleared out the Headless Lounge. I saw Cord Kitty's suit at Further Confusion 2016's Headless Lounge. They were airing it out this last weekend and said, "Shudders, that thing stunk so bad that nearly everyone was shoved up against the other side of the room. The poor thing was unbrushed and grimy to the max. I really wish the suit was washed beforehand." Another user wrote, "Different and on, Cord Kitty's suit is disgusting. He never washes it or brushes it. He was at Rainforest and it smelled so horrid. Whoever said that the one picture that was submitted was a bad picture doesn't know the truth. I avoided him at all costs during that Conwell and suit because I was debuting my suit and did not want him to hug me. Imagine smelling so bad that in a whole lounge, people stay on one end just to be far from you, and fellow furries are avoiding you so you don't transfer the ooze to them. It's like being a patient zero carrier of a deadly disease. I wonder what gave him the courage to try to call out other furries for not smelling nice." Cord took to Tumblr to defend himself. Again, not really a submission, simply want to speak in my defense because I feel out of place here. I always clean and brush my fursuit for cons. For the past year, only 2 people have told me or indicated that I had any smell, and only 1 person commented to me that my suit looked matted, and 0 have told me that my suit looks sturdy. I'm kinda in a state of shock.
I mean, I don't want to seem like I'm defending him, but I have had experiences where I'm either doing something wrong or something about me is off, like bad hygiene or something like that. Nobody's told me. Like the worst ones are when you get a new piercing and you get the crusty ass pus coming out. I'm sorry to be disgusting, but you get the pus that comes out, right? Nobody's ever told me, "Hey, you got a little something on your ear." It's like, I have to constantly check myself, which you should anyway. But like, if you're busy at work, you're at a party, just fucking say, "Hey, I don't want you to be embarrassed. Like, I just noticed this thing. If you want to go to the bathroom and clean it up a little bit." A lot of people will say, "Thank you. I appreciate you coming to me and telling me."
As much as it would have been nice for someone at any of those conventions to describe just how bad the smell was, he could easily have read the room. If so many people are keeping their distance from you and trying their very best not to allow you to touch them, it would take a very oblivious person to miss all the cues. He goes on to write, "In regards to the smell, not until FWA did I figure it out on my own. An effective method of drying my suit from sweat. Unfortunately, I was given poor advice early on, like hang drying was an effective method, which it is not." So it means that he was aware that his fursuit was not drying properly all the while, but he just went about wearing it around anyway. Not a single shred of empathy for anyone that had to endure the horrible stench that tagged along with him. If he was so aware, why exactly was he shocked at the posts people made? But the stench was the least of his problems. In 2015, Gabriel started dating fellow fursuiter Deborah, aka Bun Bun. In a Twitter post, he wrote, "I've chosen a sexuality, hetero-flexible. Also good news, I might have a GF." They got engaged at Furlandia 2016 with Deborah already pregnant and married at another con, complete with a furry priest and cat. eared relatives. On
not
social
gonna
media,
comment
they
on
were a good
anything.
match for each other, taking
I'm not
goofy
gonna
pictures together and appearing like they lived a furry.
Damn, I feel good, dog. Oh. They make it so easy. They make it so easy. It's not all of them. I'm only making fun of these two because he's a weirdo. And she just happened to be there. Guilt by association.
Love story. Turns out that Deborah's family was not happy with her decision to get married to Cord. They believed it was rushed because she was pregnant with his child. But she said it was love. Behind the scene, things were actually not as rosy as the cute pictures made people believe. Though they were married, Cord was the most irresponsible husband a woman could have. According to Deborah's tweets, she worked so hard because she had to foot all the bills by herself, and Cord did absolutely nothing to help. Things got so bad between them that the situation escalated into physical harm, with Deborah admitting that she slapped him out of frustration. I slapped Gabe today. He was being
abuse in any form towards anybody is not cool. Abuse to anybody, regardless of the situation, is not cool. There are ways to be able to find a solution. I know it's hard. It is hard not to act on emotion, but you have to try your fucking hardest.
being mean and bullying me.
have to
He
fucking
really
try.
my life over yesterday, so he decided to take it out on me today, and this is what he does to me. He makes mistakes and makes me pay for them emotionally if I say anything at all. I don't even know what to do. He is a nightmare. I told him that I hated him and I wanted him gone. By June 2019, Gabe and Deborah ended their marriage, and in the wake of the divorce, things got messy. Trying to play it all cool and macho, Gabe described their separation as a consensual decision to transition what they had into an open relationship. My wife and I have decided to switch to an open marriage on account of the high risk of postpartum cardiomyopathy, a rare form of heart failure that affects 1 out of 250,000 women in the US. Given the circumstances, we both agree this is the best choice going forward.
Have decided to switch to an open marriage because of a rare form of heart failure. You decided to open your marriage because of a heart failure? Are you fucking insane? Are you fucking kidding me? Are you serious? Are you fucking kidding me? That is so fucked up. That is in the same realm, if not worse, than fucking leaving your partner while they're on their deathbed with cancer. I dare you to tell me I'm wrong. I fucking dare you. That's fucking bullshit, regardless of what community they are a part of, what their beliefs are, what they think is fucking cool, regardless if they're a furry or not. That's fucking bullshit. There's no way she agreed to this. There's no fucking way. Nobody with a brain would agree. Nobody with a brain would agree to do this. We're talking about furries.
Failure that affects 1 out of 250,000 women in the US. Given the circumstances, we both agree this is the best choice going forward. Sure thing, Gabe. We all missed the tweets calling you out as a horrible partner. There's really no need to throw around big words just to tell us you were dumped for being an insufferable partner. Just days later, he was on Twitter looking for attention as usual. Don't ask me why, but this was literally the worst week of my life. I've never been more miserable. I've been sobbing uncontrollably. I walked into a graveyard because I wanted no one to ask why I was crying. It's times like these where I'm most grateful for my furry friends.
Or you could just fucking stay inside and not fucking grace the public with your fucking sobbing ass fucking abusive weird kink fucking
On the
stay
5th of July, 2019, the divorce was properly announced. No more lying about an open marriage on the grounds of postpartum blah blah blah. In proper attention-seeking fashion again, he went on to talk about how he was unconcerned and had moved on from the divorce just days later. I have officially stopped caring about the divorce. It is 100% out of my control, so I won't worry about it. I just got the most amazing job of my life. I've just had the happiest moment of the year. This is amazing. I'm a music teacher. For someone who stayed married for 3 years while allowing his wife to do...
I know I'm pausing a lot. Who allowed this motherfucker to be a music teacher? Huh? Who was it? I want names. Those people are just as responsible for... I don't know. Like... I think at this point I'm just fucking looking for shit. But that's fucking stupid. Fucking this guy, a music teacher, really?
All the heavy lifting, this post was shameful at the time it was made, and still is shameful right now. Maybe if he had tried to show a fraction of this newfound desire to be a responsible parent and partner, he would still have a family to call his. Sometime in 2018, before the separation, things took a dark turn when Gabriel tried to bring their infant son to a baby for meetup, further showing just how horrible a person he was. For those blissfully unaware, Baby Fur's role plays baby animals, often overlapping with baby DL fetishes, some of whom symbolize diapers and age play. Bringing a real baby to such an event was a massive red flag, especially since Gabriel later admitted on Kiwi Farms he thought it'd be hilarious to see Baby Fur's reactions, only backing off when people threatened to call CPS. The hilariousness of seeing the faces of baby furs at a real baby showing up would be priceless, though I understand the average furry assumes that all baby furs are pedophiles who babies. I know enough baby furs to know that they are a lot more down to earth than people take them for. Though mind you, I'll never leave my son with any male ever. I don't trust any men with my children. Men have no maternal instinct, obvious.
So then why do you have your fucking kid? Why do you have your fucking kid? Stop being a fucking hypocrite. Don't be fucking... This is the bullshit. 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 God, I hope this guy is not making any content anymore.
How does one person so clearly contradict himself in very few words? One has to be so oblivious to the things he's saying to not see how problematic this whole thing is. How do you make a joke about taking your own child to a meetup of people who are generally perceived on being on the side of child abuse? Like that's not enough of a problem. You still go ahead to defend the same group of people, saying that they're down to earth? Almost like saying I know that they have the tendency to to my child, but they are cool people all the same. It really makes no sense. He doubles down on his defense of baby furs, by the way. We intend to bring him and Perry to a lot more cons because there is nothing wrong with it. I don't understand this helicopter parent mindset where it is my responsibility to protect him from seeing any and all things that don't seem Judeo-Christian enough. Baby fur isn't a fetish group. It's people who chose a baby fursona. Yes, they have their weirdos and bears, obviously, but it's possible to be a baby fur and not be into baby rape, just like it's possible to be a furry without being into animal rape. In the custody battle between himself and Deborah, this madness was one of her reasons why he should not have custody of the kids, stating that Gabe was not a fit parent and that he is not a father at all. He insisted baby furs weren't inherently sexual, but his own fur affinity posts and Telegram chats told a different story. He was in baby fur groups, posted baby fur art of his fursona, and performed a skit called Crinkle Wag about the sound of diapers.
What the fuck am I watching?
Another not-so-shocking revelation during all of this was the fact that Gabe was a zoo. He had a sexual fetish for animals. Cats, dogs, and even horses. Deborah accused Gabriel of allowing her dog, Hago, to lick peanut butter off his cheeks from his browser activities. She also claimed that he had bookmarked something very disturbing, an article titled, A Guide to Sex with Dogs. Gabriel didn't outright deny it, instead claiming he bookmarked zoo sites for abnormal psychology research. He tried to twist the narrative and fit it into the context of curiosity for things that are absurd. Do you ever like to save up links? Like links that are the most you've ever seen? Have you ever seen this before? But you know what? After I bookmarked it, you guessed it, she screen capped it and sent it to all her friends saying, "This is proof Cord is a zoo." I remember first finding out about the link when someone told me about the Dolphin Caves Google Maps link. Talk about regrets. His F-list from 2019 listed fetishes like zoo,
oh my god,
age play, and barbed tying into his cat fursona. He commissioned art of his fursona with dogs and defended it by saying his fursona's human-to-cat transformation made it not really zoophilia.
If you were to interpret it as being wise, it sounds like animal. But if you were to interpret it as being human, it would actually perfectly match my fursona backstory, which is about basically a kind of a douchebag named Chris, who then turns into a cat and then is kind of stuck in that body, and then has to spend the rest of their life in that body because they went out drunk driving and then and that cat had a curse on them, the karma curse. So basically he had to give to the world what he took away. He basically took away a life, so he had to give that life back, and that's the reason why that's the whole foundation of the backstory. So I was thinking a human sapient, so the idea of like a human inside of like a feral quadruped. So that's where that came from. Pretty much my whole F-list, it's literally just based off of that backstory and the idea of that
Basically, he's saying that it would be zoophilia if it weren't for the backstory of his persona. If you're not Gabe, it's understandable that this makes no sense at all to you. One thing that he won't do is stand with his 2 feet on any claim he has that people consider wrong. He just dances around with weird logic that should not make sense to anyone. He also admitted to watching cat videos in a Cats NSFW Telegram group, claiming they were anthropomorphic cats, though the context suggested otherwise. Gabe's love for all things zoophilia can be traced to his upbringing. From some truths he revealed in conversations, it's clear that his parents did not do him any good with how they raised him. In one conversation, he narrates how his mom randomly showed him a video of a woman having relations with a horse. My mom showed me a best video once.
Get fucked. I take back everything I ever fucking said about the parent thing. I take it back. I don't regret it. I take it back. Bullshit. That is bullshit. That is complete and utter bullshit. You ingrained that shit in your kid's mind, and now he's an animal fucker. Is that what you wanted? Is that what you wanted to bring into this world? An animal fucker? Really? Really?
It's no joke. It was the funniest ever. When he was called out for this in an interview, he tried to spin this into some lack of context misinterpretation, as always trying to look for a way out all the time.
So basically, okay, let me first rewind. So what Kiwi Farms does is it takes everything I've ever said on the internet and cherry picks. And I could add context to everything, but you have to be patient because obviously there's a lot of stuff. So with that,
fucking animals, dude.
So with that one particular comment, one thing I realized was I forgot to talk about the part where the woman was sitting on a bench while this was happening and fell backwards. And that's why it was funny.
In his defense, he was not a zoophilia or into having relations with animals. It was all just fantasy and desire. He wrote, "I'm not into cats." Again, the #1 most popular fantasy of all women is to be. This is according to Louis H. Janda, an associate professor of psychology at Old Dominion University. If fantasy is intent, then that means most women are into being. You must be intellectually consistent. If fantasy is intent, then that means 1. Most women are into being. 2. I'm into. Both statements are equally false because fantasy is not intent. Fantasy is simply an idea which turns someone on. You know for a fact that most women are not into being, so you must conclude that I'm not into cats.
How dare you? How fucking dare you? How fucking dare you compare you fucking animals to women not giving consent in the bedroom? Go fuck yourself. Holy shit. What the fuck is wrong with people? You see why I isolate myself? Do you understand why I don't like the general public? Do you like and trust me, I've been outside enough to know that it just gets weirder. Oh, it does. It gets fucking weirder.
Gabriel's associations didn't help his case. He was friends with convicted pedophiles like Growly, who sexually assaulted a 14-year-old in 2001 and was charged with CP possession in 2019, and Caluferit Nick, a zoo who initiated a relationship with Gabriel and Deborah. He also followed General Fulf, a zoo with a Beast Farm account, and Foxler Nightfire, who we'll get to shortly. Gabriel's 2014 messages with his 17-year-old girl, where he discussed art and coerced her into sexual situations despite her clear discomfort, further painted him as a predator. He defended this as legal and claimed she was a domineering drug dealer, ignoring her history of
domineering
more tweets
drug
and
dealer?
posts were made by some other people who had earlier spoken with or chatted with Gabe when they were minors, and
You're
every
either a
one
drug
of them
dealer
referred to
or-
those
or you're not-
interactions as
what the fuck
weird.
is with the extra
Apparently, he had a
word?
streak for trying to start things up with minors. OMFG Cord Kitty, bringing back old memories of YouTube 2016. He used to talk with me on there when I was like 12 or something. He didn't say anything sus from my experience, but it's still hella weird now that I look back at it how he would constantly message me. Cord used to chat with me on Facebook back when I joined the fandom at 16, 17 years of age, and he just came off as a creep. I'm not surprised at all of what he admitted to be. Slay all zoos. If you're a kid, stay away from Cord
Hey,
Kitty.
I could back
like,
that one.
genuinely stay away from him. I first messaged him in 2015 when I was 16, and he should not have talked to me and hung out alone with me at Furry Migration. This is not...
Why'd you message him? As a 16-year-old messaging an older guy, why'd you message him? And I'm not saying it's your fault if anything happened to you. But why would you put yourself in a situation where it gives a guy like that an opportunity to do something weird? I don't understand that. There was no way in hell I would put myself in an opportunity where I'd fucking compromise my safety. It's called common sense. If you have self-respect, you wouldn't fucking do anything like that.
the fault of the con, and I never reported or spoke. Gabriel's
Come after
story is
me,
a
I fucking dare
masterclass in self-sabotage. But one thing he never did was intentionally call so much attention to himself, quite unlike the next furry we're about to look at. Let's move on to someone who took cringe to a whole new level with their public persona. Valerie, known as Hypnotist Sappho or simply Sappho, was a smaller figure in the furry fandom, but made waves with a brazen
Can I even
zoophilia
show this on
admission.
YouTube?
She used
Well, I mean, I'm
platforms
watching
like
this on
VR
YouTube.
Chat,
Obviously, it's
Discord, and
fucking-
YouTube to carve out a space for herself, initially gaining attention for her hypnosis content in VR Chat, where she'd roleplay as a hypnotist in a 3D virtual world, often donning a purple lizard avatar. On the surface, these sessions seemed like quirky, immersive roleplay, but as we'll see, they were a gateway to far more troubling behavior. Her channel was niche, with videos that didn't exactly light up the algorithm, but
try
she had
not
a
to pause the
presence in
video
furry
from here on out.
circles, particularly
Do
on
we still
Twitter,
have-
where she ran a lewd After Dark account posting NSFW art, including cub art depicting young furries in sexual scenarios with older ones. In late 2021, Sappho dropped a bombshell, a YouTube video where she openly declared herself a zoo, specifically attracted to dogs like German Shepherds, and stated she had no interest in humans.
So sick and tired of these fuckers.
I do not have a thing for humans. I am more attracted to dogs like German Shepherds.
First off, note that she's not saying that her persona is a zoo like Cord Kitty, who attributed all his weirdness to his persona like it was another side of the same person. Sappho admits that as a person, a human person, she has no desire for humans, and that she's attracted to animals, dogs particularly. One thing about Sappho's story is that she's
cool.
quite
That ain't
audacious.
cool, dog.
She
Why
likened
would
the
you
disgust
openly
of
say
to the
that?
pushback that the LGBT community received in the early days.
That many of you, even if you can't imagine it now, if you were growing up in the 1960s and were being fed all of the news and social propaganda about how gay people should stay in the closet, how it's unnatural and against nature, a lot of
How dare you try to rein yourself into the LGBTQ plus whatever the fuck else there is community? How fucking dare you? It's people like you. You're part of the furry community, regardless of your sexual orientation. And for you to come out as the blank file and say and try to defend the LGBT community like you're a part of it, get fucked. Again, it's people like you who not only give the furry community a bad name, but now a lot of people see the gay community as the same way. Unfortunately, a lot of those people who are against all this shit and are talking out against this shit don't understand it's the small amount of people with the biggest fucking mouth.
you would probably be anti-gay, anti-LGBT.
Oh, for fuck's sake. You see?
And that's
you see?
just how it is.
In her video, she
No!
makes a distinction
No,
between
we're
zoos
against you
and other
fucking
members of the
animals.
community who is animals.
Oh
And to
my
be
fucking
100%
God.
clear, I am not like that. Most of the zoo community is also not like that and utterly despises it.
There shouldn't
People
be
who
a fucking
force
community.
animals into situations they don't want, physically and through other means, are completely deplorable and seen as racists. Playing with an animal that is not mature is like the equivalent of pedophilia, and it's treated as such. I do not
How
support
do you
those
know
people,
if an animal is
and they
giving
do
consent?
not deserve the same title.
Explain that one fucking
She
to me.
referenced ethical
Explain
zoos
that to
and
me.
Zeta principles, Zeta standing for zoo engagement for tolerance and acceptance, attempting to distinguish herself from zoos like Kiro the wolf, a notorious figure linked to animal.
And those principles are: bestow upon animals the same kindness one would wish bestowed upon oneself. Consider the well-being.
How about we fucking learn English? How about we don't do this old Victorian, one shall do this for thyself. Thy shall get on one knee and proposeth to thee. Horse. This is all. This
of
is
an
fucking
animal
ridiculous.
companion
This is,
as
when
important
I saw
as
this
one's
video, I did
own.
not expect it to go.
Place the animal's will and well-being ahead of one's desires for gratification. Teach those who
That
seek
has to be a
knowledge
fucking rule.
about
I mean-
zoo and bestiality without promoting it. Discourage the practice of bestiality in the presence of fetish seekers. Censor sexual exploitation of animals for the purpose of financial gain.
We're gonna find
And
out.
censor those who practice and promote.
She insisted her attraction was rooted in love and consent, a claim that fell flat with anyone grounded in reality. Saying something with a calm and soothing voice with as much logic as you can muster does not automatically make it sensible. There's a clear definition of who a zoophile is, and it's not changing because one person has an inordinate desire to be sexually involved with animals. The idea that an animal can consent to relations with a human based on the emotion of love is in itself a very baseless argument. For many animals, this is instinctive. For
I
dogs, it's
agree.
very much the case. There are enough videos on the internet where dogs randomly mate with themselves when they've not known themselves for even up to 5 minutes. Or how do we talk about the many stories of dog owners who've said that they just found out their dogs were pregnant and they weren't aware of how it happened? Those cannot be the same animals that any sound person should say can consent to such unholy relations. Unfortunately, Zaffo is not one of the sound humans, as you've seen so far. One of her arguments was that a fully mature dog could not in any way be compared to a toddler who is very obviously sexually immature. Unfortunately, even that argument can be and has been scientifically put to rest. Dr. Jill Sackman, who's a clinician in behavioral medicine and a senior medical director with a PhD in molecular and cellular biology,
We know
says
so
that
much
dogs
more about
definitely can
dogs
think,
and animals
but that
and how
they
they
probably
think
have the
that
level
it
of
makes this
cognition
so
of a
much
3 to 5-year-old human. So except we're able to take the claims of an unenlightened YouTuber over the research of someone in the veterinary field, it's safe to say that zoo can very well be equated in deeds to pedophiles. The video, her most viewed, sparked immediate outrage. Furries were quick to condemn her, with many only learning about her through the backlash. On Reddit pages, you'd readily see questions like, who is Zaffo? Literally who? Divided in knowledge, united in anger and disgust. The backlash was immediate and intense. Furries, already a group that faces stereotypes, were horrified that Zaffo's actions could further tarnish their reputation. Commenters expressed disgust, with one writing, listen, we furries might wanna animals that stand on 2 legs, but animals that stand on all 4? Why, that's just terrible. One commenter wrote, I'm part of the furry community and we're doing every...
I'm sorry. I know I said I'm not going to fucking pause it anymore, but
We're quick to condemn her, with many only learning about her through the backlash. On Reddit pages, you'd readily see questions like, who is Zaffo? 2 legs, but...
Listen, we furries might want to fuck animals that stand on 2... You're going out to find gorillas? You're fucking gorillas? What? But animals with 2 legs are okay? That stand on 2? Are you fucking insane? Oh yeah, because that makes it all the
Animals
fucking
that stand on all
better.
4? Why, that's just terrible. One commenter wrote, I'm part of the furry community, and we're doing everything in our power to make sure she's dead brutally. But Sappho didn't back down. Instead, she leaned into the controversy, using it to build a following among a niche group of like-minded individuals. Her Twitter account, both main and NSFW, were suspended on December 18th, 2021. In response, she created a Mastodon instance, Zetamu.club, which she shut down by January 6, 2022, redirecting to Zaffo.rip, where she announced killing off her hypnotist Zaffo persona. Digging deeper, it became clear that Zaffo's YouTube account was just the tip of a much larger, more disturbing iceberg. Thanks to the meticulous work of users on Kiwi Farms, a forum known for archiving internet controversies, a detailed picture of her activities emerged. In the summer of 2021, Zaffo was heavily active on VR Chat, where she conducted her hypnosis sessions. These weren't just playful simulations. Leaked messages revealed that Zaffo derived gratification from them, a kink she initially downplayed as mere roleplay. Just got one with some very pleasant nuances. Did some therapy, and then things just kind of happened, and suddenly fractioned them a few times doing erotic hypnosis. Had someone writing and moaning my name as they came, and the other was trained up with a word that makes them feel deeply like a nice filling knot is gently pressing in and out.
What the fuck did I just listen to? What the fuck did I just listen to? What the fuck? Oh. Oh my fucking god.
She frequently furry-themed VR chat servers like Furry Talk and Chill, where she'd connect with users, add them on Discord, and engage in explicit roleplay. One such user was a 16-year-old named Gray. Zaffo, then 21, initiated conversations with Gray over Discord, which escalated to simulated acts in VR chat. When Gray later recognized the inappropriateness of these interactions, given the 5-year age gap, word spread within the community. Server admins alerted to Sappho's behavior with a minor, banned her from VR chat and its associated Discord servers. But these bans were a slap on the wrist. She faced no real consequences and simply moved on to create her own space. That space was Mama Sappho's hypnotherapy server on Discord, advertised as a community for furries and hypnosis enthusiasts, but quickly revealed to be a hub for explicit content. If you look closely, you'll see that all this server was about was NSFW content. Disturbingly, this server had an age requirement of just 13 and up, with NSFW channels supposedly restricted to those 18 and older. Sappho claimed to verify IDs for access, but evidence showed otherwise. In this interaction between two server moderators, Matcha seemed rather disappointed and concerned that a server built on Sappho's influence from a previous platform that was strictly for people aged 18 and above. In his words, I'll be honest, the fact that this isn't 18 plus was a big shock to me, considering that Sappho built a lot of her audience out of hypnofurs, an explicitly 18 plus community. It's just a bit scary that hypnotists who are not hypnotherapists would accept minors. I feel like the line between SFW and NSFW in this server is too blurred to justify minors being in the server. Basically, not only did she further her unsettling ambition to indoctrinate minors into a world they should never have been a part of at such ages, she put together a community of people just like her, who saw no wrong in doing just that. A 17-year-old moderator named Blue had access to NSFW chats, including one called NSFW Feral, which featured illustrations of bestiality, such as non-anthropomorphic dogs in explicit scenarios. The server's environment raised red flags, especially after a moderator named Matcha resigned and posted a twitlonger on September 8, 2021, exposing Sappho's support for Zoo. Matcha described disturbing content in the NSFW Feral channel. When Matcha questioned Sappho about her views, she admitted to supporting Zoo, claiming they were misunderstood and unfairly conflated with Buddhists because of the horrible stuff that happened with Zeus. People conflate Zeus with Satanists and fetishists. Why? I have my opinions on the matter. She also sent Matcha a link to the Zooer Than Thou podcast, a platform where Zeus openly discussed their attraction to this podcast, still available on YouTube at the time, was a cesspool of delusional and graphic content, with episodes dedicated to topics like coming out as a Zeus. When this was happening, she attempted to deny the facts, stating that these accusations were a lie. Many of these receipts are either insane speculation, forged, or hearsay. I still don't see hard evidence to back any claims made, and the fact that a 17-year-old Canadian who had head moderator privileges got access to those chats is a yawn at best. Also, no NSFW Zoo content has ever been present on that server unless you stretch the meaning of feral furry artwork. Making such a claim for a server that had active practicing zoo as members, where all the groups were also NSFW groups, is a very bold move if we're being honest. It would take someone trying to give her the benefit of the doubt to actually believe that. Macho's expose, backed by DM evidence, confirmed Sappho's active promotion of these ideas within her community, which included minors. Sappho's behavior didn't stop at Zoo. By late 2021, allegations of minors surfaced, painting an even darker picture. She had a pattern of engaging with young users, some as young as 13 on Discord and TikTok. When Sappho joined Twitter, she initially marked her account as 18+ to share NSFW content about German Shepherds. Later, she discreetly removed the 18+ only label from her bio and started engaging with minors who admired her, referring to herself as Mama Sappho and presenting it as her duty to guide them into a world of use against animals. One notable case involved a 16-year-old named Kylo, with whom Sappho was openly flirtatious on X. On Twitter, they had many notable disturbing interactions that prompted other users to react to what was going on. Glad to know that the kid who got bit by a dog that he fondled while babysitting it is giving the rape face down at Sappho on her avatar. Sappho, what are you doing? The kid is 16 years old, and now there are posts about how you're a mother figure when talking about zoo pride. Hope you're prepared for the backlash to come your way. This won't end well for you. Sappho and Kylo both denied the suspicions and allegations that they were romantically involved with each other. Kylo even threatened to ban members on the server who brought up the topic. If I was dating Sappho, other people who were friends with her would know about it. She'd tell people like Becca or Jesse, but she didn't, because guess what? We aren't dating. I'm not about to get harassed on here about that. I already have to deal with that stuff on Twitter, and I'm a moderator. If you say anything or sorts, I will have you permanently banned, whether you're a zoo or not. Despite all the denials from both Sappho and Kylo that nothing was going on between them, leaked DMs revealed they were in a romantic relationship. Kylo expressed fear of their parent discovering the relationship. I'm decently stressed. I'm mostly worried about getting doxxed and getting outed to my parent as a zoo, and people telling her I'm dating an adult. There are a lot of awful rumors about me, and if my mother or father were to find out about all of it, I'd get kicked out or moved back to my user's house, put in an inpatient. To deflect suspicion, Sappho claimed to be dating another community member named Becca the Husky, but Kylo publicly confirmed their relationship, releasing DMs that showed they'd exchanged explicit images. Perhaps the most manipulative incident involved Sappho's claim in December 2021 that a 13-year-old follower named Julia had taken her life due to harassment from zoo haters. She posted emotional X threads mourning Julia, using the tragedy to rally her followers and vilify her critics. Just yesterday, you apologized to me for bothering me, that you thought I was a cool person and that you liked my voice and I didn't respond. There is a reason we are doing what we are doing, to stop the harassment and bullying that leads to this. Julia, rest well now. In another post she wrote, I'm going to be attending Julia's funeral. To the people still saying it's fake or my fault somehow, I cared about them. They felt motivated, happy, and accepted for the fact that they had people to talk to about their feelings. And then Antis ended up causing her death. But the story unraveled when Julia's TikTok account posted that she was alive. Sappho's claim that she would attend Julia's funeral was absurd, especially given the lack of evidence of any death. Critics on Kiwi Farms and X speculated that Sappho fabricated this story as outrage bait to paint her detractors as monsters, a tactic consistent with her manipulative persona. Sappho's rhetoric took an even more alarming turn when she began questioning age of consent laws and expressing open-mindedness toward MAPS, a term used by some to rebrand pedophilia. In a lengthy X thread, she admitted to being attracted to some minors, though she'd claimed her partners were older and described herself as a nurturing motherly figure. She also created an alternate X account to share graphic zoo art, including cub material, depictions of young animals and contexts, which was accessible to her young followers. This content, combined with her interactions with minors, led to her X account being mass reported and permanently suspended. Undeterred, Sappho moved to Mastodon, creating an invite-only community where she could speak more freely about her views on zoo. and minors. Leaked interactions showed her doubling down with no regard for the growing backlash. She even founded an organization called Zeta North America, aiming to promote inclusivity and tolerance for zoophiles, citing the Stonewall riots as inspiration. The organization collapsed quickly due to infighting and failure to register as a legitimate entity, but it underscored her ambition to normalize her beliefs. Mainstream attention eventually caught up. An Input.com article highlighted the overlap between zoophilia and pedophilia, noting that nearly a third of bestiality arrests involved child sexual abuse. Sappho's teenage fan base, some of whom called her mommy and credited her as inspiration for their own zoophilia, raised serious concerns. Her community included minors who engaged in harm, allegedly in her name, and she faced accusations of grooming. She claimed to be entering a psych ward, a statement met with skepticism given her history of lying. Some users discovered her Facebook page, partially doxing her, and there were unverified claims that her actions as a military member were reported to her Air Force superiors, potentially leading to a court-martial. The drama peaked when Sappho posted on August 6, 2022, via her channel's community tab, claiming she planned to attempt suicide. Some fans urged her to seek help, while others suspected it was a ploy to escape her tarnished persona. There's no evidence she followed through, and her online presence fizzled out. The furry community's response was mixed. Some argued it showed they could call out bad actors, while others, like those on Reddit, pointed out that niche figures like Sappho often fly under the radar until their actions go viral. Her case highlighted the fandom's struggle to police itself, especially when zoophiles like Sappho overlap with other controversial figures, like Coyote Lovely, who reportedly defended her despite his own allegations of predatory behavior. Sappho's story is an example of how the furry fandom's openness can attract deeply troubling individuals. But all the people we've covered so far are not all there are. In fact, these cases are just the tip.
I can't wrap my head around. There was so much going on. There was a lot going on. Please like and subscribe. Go show RKH Media some love. And after that video, I think I'm gonna go smoke crack. I'll see you guys later.